Dominic, you built a fantastic company. You've led sales teams to do over 100 million in sales. You talk a lot about non-negotiables. You built a team over 100 million, closing rate 50% I heard. What are some of those non-negotiables you feel should be in an elite sales team?
There's obviously a long list of this, but first, show of hands. How many of you have a documented sales system, sales process? Raise your hand. That many, okay. So there's a lot of people that can help you with that up on the stage. So I first entered the industry with 0 sales experience, none. And you'll never guess what system I first learned in 2010 when I first entered the industry, the Grosso 10-step sales process. Has anyone ever heard of Rick Grosso before? Rick Grosso fans? Okay, I got a couple. So Rick Grosso was my mentor. Again, I came from college, first job out of college, selling windows for a company called Mad City Windows. You saw them up on the stage on the $1 billion panel. And I was the first salesperson on the team to learn this system forwards and backwards because I had to. I had no other sales experience. This is the only sales process I've ever been exposed to. And simply by learning that system, I was the first $1 million producer at Mad City, was the top closer my first 3 years in the game, got promoted to sales trainer, and of course, all these reps watching my success, what do you think they're asking? What are you doing? And what's my answer? I'm following the damn system. I'm not reinventing the wheel. So by following that system and mastering it, I got entrusted to be that sales leader and trainer. And by mandating, not requesting or recommending, mandating, everybody on my team also mastered this game of sales, this sport of sales. That is how we grew from, well, in 2010, we were a $4 million company. By 2019, we're doing over 100 million, 50% demo to close. The system reigns supreme. Now, how many of you test and certify your reps? You need to hold your reps accountable to mastery of this. How do you do this? One thing I used to love doing in my sales trainings, I had our Bible of in-home selling, our Grosso 10-step sales manual. This is your roadmap to the sale. This is your Bible of in-home selling moving forward. Now raise your hand if you ever take an important test or final exam in your life. Okay? Now what if, just what if, you had a teacher holding up a book like this and said, in 2 weeks, I'm gonna test you on the contents of this book. Anyone that gets an A on that final exam, I'll pay you multiple 6-figure income every year for the rest of your natural born life. How hard would you have studied for that test? You would have given everything you got to ace that thing. Is that any different than what we're doing here? Because guess what? If they master this sport, this game of selling, what's waiting for them at the end of the tunnel? Multiple 6-figure income every year for the rest of your life. Guess what? Here's the trade-off. If I don't see that multiple 6-figure effort every day in this classroom, you will be dismissed. We're not messing around. We're not going to issue out these expensive leads to people that don't care. The good news is, no one's going to work harder to ensure your success than me, but again, I work hard for the people that work hard for themselves. So if you're willing to put in the effort to master this game, we will lay it all on the field together and you will be a shining star in the industry. So that's my non-negotiable, master the system.
Phenomenal, I love it. Because you can't scale without a system. I mean, you start scaling and you got these leaders all over the country. How often do we see it in the industry? And a team leader in that state is doing it completely different than a team leader in another state, and you're bringing people on into the organization and they're getting it 10 different ways. And now you're wondering why everyone's doing it a different way and your customer is not getting the right service. You gotta have one way to do it that is proven, that's effective, that's trackable and measurable. Awesome, I love it.